baby, so go.
Hey guys.
Hello, welcome to episode 5.
I know, we're back on Zoom.
We are. We're filming this right now on Zoom. It's
And
not
it has
very
taken
nice.
us taken us an hour. We're not getting any better at it, but it's only the second time.
I think we're taking less time this time than it took us last time.
Yeah, that is definitely true. And we have spent a lot of time that we probably could have saved just chatting
And faffing about.
which is kind of our fault. But we'll jump straight into the episode. We won't leave you waiting and listening to us ramble. So today, housemates.
Housemates.
Flats,
Yeah.
houses, second year houses.
Yeah. Going to uni and living with people basically is what this is going to be all about.
Yeah. To be fair, that was the thing I was like really nervous for in a way. Like
What, moving and living with people?
Yeah, like all the time. It's like constant. I didn't know how comfortable I'd feel with people.
Yeah.
Being there all the time.
I think
like,
that adds, doesn't it? Like that on top of the pressure to find friends.
Yeah.
It's just a lot to take in.
And so it's a big thing. Like when you move to uni, moving into halls is obviously a really big thing. Meeting your flatmates is a really big thing. So you might love them, you might hate them. So we're going to try and help you navigate it.
We're going to try and give you some advice that we think will help.
I wish someone had told me this. I wish I had an older sister that went to uni and was like, please do this, please do this. So we're trying to be, that's what we're trying to be.
Don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
We're just trying to be your sisters.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Wait, is that patronising?
Probably.
We're just trying to said it now.
We're just trying to help.
We just want to help.
We could be your sister. We could be your cousin. We could be
we could be your friend.
We could just be a friend. We could literally be. We don't even have to be your friends if you don't want us to. Like we could be just people.
Yeah,
that are
which we are.
Just if this helps one person, then we feel like we've done a good job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we've spoke about it before, but we're just going to talk about like before you get to uni, like first year flatmates. And then in the second part, we'll speak about second year houses and third year houses. But this part, we're going to focus on first year flatmates. So before you even get there, if your uni is nice, they will let you know what room you're in. So you could have like group chats, like we've said before, join every group chat.
Yeah, I think they tell you like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not straight away after results day, but you do know, like I remember being so excited to see who was in my flat, and I think I put way too much emphasis on like my flat and like being best friends with all of my flat, but I got put in an all girls flat, which is fine, but I didn't request it. And I think sometimes it's nice to have boys in there because they're a bit like less serious, aren't
like
they?
Vice versa, like you wouldn't want to be in an all boys flat.
Oh my god, yeah, no.
Some people might, but I think, you know, you go before you go there, you expect and like they're going to be your best friends, but actually like when I got there and when you got there, the reality kind of sunk in that actually like it wasn't as we both expected.
I just think it's nice to have like a 50-50 balance sometimes, like either way, like you don't want to be all boys, you don't want to be all girls, but like a balance would have been nice. But I was a bit like, okay, but I think it's really important to remember to not be disheartened, because there's like how many people at uni, like I don't even know, like 10,000.
Yeah, loads.
Like what are the chances that you're going to love every single person in your first year flat, or like get on with every single person in your first year flat? Not that they're horrible, because everyone's going to be probably really nice, especially in the first few weeks, but like maybe they won't be your best friends, but that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's completely fine. I think it's very normal. Like I think a lot of people expect to meet their best friend so soon, and actually the reality is more times than not that you're not. Like, you know.
But also I think there's a lot of pros to that, because then you venture out and there's so many other ways to meet friends.
Yeah, literally so many. Like I think we spoke about this in the first one, like the first episode, like, you know, go like join these group chats, go to parties, go out, go to socials if you've joined society,
even lectures,
you know, really take advantage. If you're having a rubbish time in your flat, take advantage of the other people and the other opportunities you have to meet other people. You know, if you are in that boat, then there is other things you can do.
So just don't be disheartened if you're like, I'm not vibing completely with everyone in my flat, and I feel like there's more people that I'd get on with better, especially it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, especially if you've tried the techniques that we told you to try out in the first episode. If you've tried all of them, if you've like given your all into making friends with the people that you live with in your flat and it's just not happening, then do what we've just said, like go and then take advantage of the other opportunities you have to meet other people, because it's not the be all and end all, you know what I mean? It's you only really live in that first year flat, like I don't even know how long for, not even very long.
Yeah, no,
it goes
not
so
even
quick.
very long at all. I think my one piece of advice would be to like don't force it. You might not want to go out with them all the time. They might want to go to different events that you want to go to. They might want to go to different pre's. They might know different people. They might be on different courses. They have different interests.
They might not be there much because they're doing a society that you have no interest in at all. Like, you know, it's not that like you're not going to be polite to them, or you're not going to still make an effort when you're in your flat. Yeah, you still have to live with them. So you need to have some sort of like flatmate etiquette about you.
I think if it gets to the point where you realize they're not your type of people, venture out in terms of friendships, but make sure you still remain like amicable and friendly with them, because at the end of the day you do live with them and they are your flatmates, so it is important to keep a certain level of relationship with them.
So I think actually also another good piece of advice would be, if you do get there and your flatmates are great, remember that there are still loads of other people there that you can have the opportunity to meet. Like, don't not settle, because it's not settling, because they could be great friends. Like, it's not settling.
I just mean like
don't
close yourself off. Be open-minded to meeting. Just try and make as many friends as you can, but don't obviously there's like a line between forcing it and being fake and making as many friends as you can, but like really try and put yourself out there to make friends. Don't just be happy with the first person you meet on the first day, and it's probably more than likely that they are really lovely and they will continue to be your friend. But I just think keep putting yourself out there in first year is really important.
But just a little kind of like round up of this bit, living with people that you've never met before is very weird. Very hard to navigate, very hard to know what's going on. But it's also very easy to have the expectation that the people that you are going to live with as soon as you get there are going to be your best friends, and that's it, you're going to be done. And that might be the case,
which would be amazing,
but
you'd
it's very
be really
rare.
lucky. So like if you do go there and you love them, that's amazing, but we just think like for a lot of people it's not the reality, and it is really hard to not be disheartened. But we just don't want you to be disheartened by it, because there's tens of thousands of so many more people that are in the same position as you.
But it has got to come from you. If it's not going to come from you and you're not going to be the one to put yourself out there, then it's very, very tough. Again, if like you're scared to put yourself out there because you think other people are going to judge you, or you think people are going to think you're weird or whatever, they're going to be grateful. We said this in the first one, but they're going to be so grateful that you have put yourself out there and gone and spoken to them, because you don't know, they could be having the exact same time as you are.
Yeah.
And you could have just literally like saved them.
Exactly. So be open to everything, go to parties, venture out of your flat, be in group chat, and don't be disheartened if you
go to your lectures, because you can meet people there too.
Like us, like we did, we met at a lecture.
Yeah. Did you guys know that we met at a lecture? In the next part of today's episode, we're going to talk to you about second year houses and everything that comes with that, and all the highs of doing that and all the lows, and the fact that if I hadn't known what was going on because of my brother being at uni and my parents knowing exactly what happens, I don't know how people who don't know what to do when it comes to choosing a second year house know what they're doing.
I didn't know what I was doing, but I kind of assumed that obviously you would have to pick a second year house. Everyone in freshers is feeling a bit like nervous, so everyone does the thing like, oh, do you want to live together? Should we live together? You don't know these people yet. Slow down. But the worst part is you have to pick in December, and you've been there for like September, October.
I think it might be even earlier than December, you know. I think we signed our contract in like early November. Like it's so soon, it's almost ridiculously soon. You've literally just got there at the end of September, and then you're having to pick 2 months later. It makes no sense.
I know, and I think it's really hard, because you want to wait because you want to get it right and you want to be with the right people, but if you wait too long, everyone's got it sorted and you don't. There's no nice houses left. All the people you want to live with already signed a contract because they're scared there'll be no nice houses left. So it is really hard, and I think
it's hard for us to actually advise you on it, because I would love to be like, you don't need to rush.
Yeah.
Just leave it, like it's fine. Like, however, the houses go, and this is the problem, is that the houses do go, and that means the nice ones go, and that means you might be left with a 3-bed, but you want to live with 6 of you, so you do kind of have to get your finger out and get on with it.
I think the change has to come from like unis and uni letting agencies. That's the problem.
Yeah, it does. Like, they almost shouldn't open any lettings until a certain amount of time.
It should literally be like February, March.
Yeah, I think the key is it's going to probably stick at that time of the year that you have to choose. That probably isn't going to change.
Yeah.
The key is just don't promise someone that you're going to live with them, because then you haven't got that tie.
Yeah.
Because you then can't get out of it. Let's be realistic. If you've never promised someone that you're going to live with them, it's awkward as hell, but it doesn't actually matter so much if you're then like, sorry, no, because you've never made a promise.
Yeah. I think personally like 5 is like the best number.
I think one of the reasons you go to uni is for that house, second year house, living together, you know, being in the student area. So I also recommend picking a house in a student area.
Yeah,
for starters,
100%.
Because like on our road was all students. Like, it was so good. Like, well, mostly students, majority students. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that is part of the university experience.
The reason I think 5 is the best number is because I think 2, like if that person goes off, you're kind of screwed. And I think 3 is a crowd. I just think there's always going to be one person that feels a little bit left out. And
I think 3 is a difficult number to navigate.
3 is. And then I think with the problem with 4 is that people tend to couple, like not actually couple up, but kind of group off into 2 and 2.
Split into pairs.
And then, but with 5, I think it's just, you feel like a group, you are like a group. No one's left out.
No.
It's just a nice number. Yeah.
I think all in all, we are a 5.
Yeah, but that's probably why I'm saying that. I think maybe I'm a bit biased, but like I just think that's a good number.
Yeah, I think
that's the best number. That's when we have the most fun.
Really justified why 5's a good uni house number.
I think so too.
I think obviously it's very easy for me to sit here and say to you guys, like, you know, you do need to pick the people that you want to live with, but also like if you don't like them, blah 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 blah. If you are one of those people that you feel like you haven't met anybody to live with, or you feel like you don't know what to do, you're getting a bit like, oh god, I don't have anyone to live with, I don't know who to live with, I am struggling, then again, go on to your universities. We had an overheard. I think quite a lot of universities have an overheard at, and then the name. We had an overheard, and people are constantly posting on there like, hi, we're looking for one housemate. We've got 3. There's like 3 of us girls, and we're looking for one more girl. Like, and then
we had to do it,
didn't
we?
Yeah. So like, people are constantly like, honestly, every year, the amount of those posts I saw, people are constantly looking for people to live with, and then you can then go through and be like, oh, okay. If you're a boy, you can go through and be like, okay, house of 5, 2 girls, 3 boys, like 2 girls, 2 boys, looking for a blah, blah, blah. You can then be like, oh, I feel like I could fit in quite well there. And you can be like, hi, can I come look around? And there you go, you've got it. Yeah. So I think really use those to your advantage.
You're not screwed if everyone's got a house and you don't.
No.
Because actually you can end up living with people who you're really close with, and you can get really close with them. It's no different to being put in a random flat in first year, really, apart from that they might know each other a bit better.
Yeah,
it's literally fine. So we had a girl living with us that came from us through like overheard, and it was so nice. It's fine, isn't it? It's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. And actually, don't be scared also to go and fit in with a group that might already be a group, because they want you to fit in. Yeah, it's not very nice. It's not a very nice feeling, but they want you to fit in with them just as much as you want to fit in with them.
Yeah,
because they don't want to be living with someone that they don't think will fit in with them. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I say this all the time, but like they're gonna want you to be yourself and get on with them just as much as you want to.
Yeah, because everyone has to live there at the end of it. Everyone wants it to be a nice environment to live in.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think it comes back to like, maybe if you like have to live with people because you don't have anywhere else to live, but they aren't your people, like we said in first year, it all comes down to just like housemate etiquette. Like you don't have to be best friends, but there is a level of just politeness and niceness because you all have to live together, and it's just about keeping the peace.
No, definitely.
Because obviously housemates can be tricky because there's so many of you in one house, and there's like 1 or 2 toilets most, and there's one kitchen, and it's small. When 6 different people are cooking 6 different meals in a small kitchen, it gets messy quickly. Yeah, it is. So you do get close to your housemates. Like we did definitely get a lot closer when we lived together in one house.
Yeah, definitely.
But it is hard to navigate sometimes, obviously, because you just have like housemate dramas. But I think it's all part of the fun. really.
I think it is part of the fun. And it's
I
just
love
part of the
living. Like, when am I ever going to live with like 6 girls ever again? I loved it. For context, we were in an all girls house, a 7-bed all girls house.
It was,
and when are we ever gonna do that again? Like, it's just nice. I loved it.
It's that university experience that you hear about.
Yeah,
it's that like living with girls,
and it's they still have their ups and downs. Like, I think living with a lot of people is obviously always going to be tricky but like everyone has different emotions. People can get homesick.
Yeah, no, definitely. There's like, it gets to like living with your family.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah,
you do get on top of each other.
Yeah,
like that's just,
but it's just nice. Like, looking back on it, I loved it. And at the time, like, I don't know, like, you could get little pet peeves, like someone leaves the toilet roll empty, didn't change it, and it's like, oh. But at the time it seems so annoying, but it's just, I don't know, it's all part of it. It's actually nice to look back on it. I loved it.
But also, I think some universities offer on-campus accommodation for second years as well. So if you do find you're really struggling and you can't find anybody, you can't find a house, it's getting late, then universities do offer places.
Stay on campus.
You can stay on campus.
And you can go private and have your own like studio flat, which would also be really nice. And it would be much cleaner. Like, no one would forget to do the toilet roll. No, this leads me quite nicely on to saying that use overheard as well. When you're looking for houses, see reviews of different housing letting places, because every year there'll be someone like, did anyone else find so-and-so letting agency to be really bad? And then comments will be like, yeah, so bad. And you think, oh, I'm not going to go with that one. Yeah, there's some like renowned ones that are just like known for being really bad. Like ours was a good one, but there are some that are like, so yeah, that's a really good point. So bad. So, but honestly, get on overheard. If your uni's got one, it has everything. Just look at people's reviews of different letting agencies, because you basically find out the best ones to go with and the worst ones to go with, and that's really important because you want a good landlord. Landlords are really important. Like, our landlord in our house they were so nice, weren't they? Yeah, our landlords are great, aren't they? Yeah, they did everything we asked. Yeah, so that's a really important point, I think, to make, is that do your research on letting agencies, because it's just nice. If you have a great landlord and a great house, then oh my gosh, it just takes that stress away. 100%. One more quick thing, you can change houses for third year. I just want to make this point that if you find that you do end up living with people in second year that you just think, oh god, like, I didn't choose to live with these people, it wasn't great, I'm not loving living with them, and you find that in your second year at uni you're a bit more involved with the society, or you're getting a bit more, you've made proper friends who you don't live with, you can move. Like, you're not like contractually obliged to stay in the same house with those people. No, for the 2 years. So definitely move. I think do what's best for you, like within reason. Like, obviously always be nice to people and like respect, like we said, like promises and obligations that you have. But like, if you know that you're going to be happier and have more fun somewhere else, do that, because you're only at uni for 3 years. Yeah. And at that point you would literally only have a year left. And so also, I just say do it. Yeah, because also if you've met people that you really like and now you've been friends with them for quite a while and they're there for you, why would you miss the opportunity to want to live with them just because you're a bit scared to upset the people you currently live with? When actually they'll get over it. They will. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure like, you get over it. Some of the people that I've lived with before made the decision to not move back in, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's fine, because people are understanding. If people aren't going to cause a scene, and I think if it's justified, like, yeah, fair enough, they might. Also, if you're not really finding that they're for you, then they probably know that as well. I think people obviously have self-awareness, don't they? And if you don't think you're vibing with them and they don't think they're vibing with you, you can tell if someone's probably not going to live with you next year, so it's not going to come as a complete shock. No, I just wish we had longer, because obviously our whole second year, I think I was there for like a few weeks because we had corona, obviously, so we literally didn't even get to experience our second year, only really our third and a bit of our first. Coming from a lot of people I've spoken to who've done the uni normal pre-COVID, said that second year was the year that you meet the friends for life. They say like second year is when you get what's going on a bit more, you're fully settled in, you're comfortable, you're happy, you're very more involved, and second year's the year it can all change. So it's very common that people do a shift around when they get into their third year. Yeah, that's really true. What would you say your favourite year of uni was? Third. Yeah, I agree. Which is funny because it's the hardest work-wise and it's the most intense work-wise, but I think it was our most normal. And I've really struggled in freshers and first year. So it may be an unfair competition, but I feel like we had such a good third year.
I had a good first year as well, though.
Yeah.
But when I finally made it onto campus, yeah. I really enjoyed my first year, but I found my third year to be the best because of the house and the girls and everything we did, and just
it was the most uni.
It was just the best time. So I think third year for me has got to be the answer. Sorry, boyfriend, because I met him in first year, so I literally
no, but that's different, isn't it? I did have fun in first year. Like, it wasn't all like doom and gloom. I had some really good fun nights, and I met all the friends I've got now pretty much I met in first year. So you do meet nice people and you do have fun. I just think when you do get to third year, and if we maybe had experience second year, but we didn't, but like I felt most comfortable and I loved being in the house with all the girls. So that's why I think live with 5 people, don't choose them straight away, but also we're saying don't wait too long, and just have fun in your house, and just like remember that like one day you will sort of look back on it and be like, that was really fun. So try not to take things too seriously in a house
don't
dynamic.
Promise that you're going to live with the first person you meet when you get there. Please don't promise that, because you might end up, but just don't make any promises, because you don't want to have to break them. You'd rather have never said anything and not live with them, and then you're not really like a bad person. I mean, you wouldn't be a bad person really anyway, but you know what I mean. Just don't lead yourself down a path that you then can't get out of. You just on a path that you can't get out of.
That's like the quote.
Sorry?
No road is too long with good company.
No road is too long with good company.
Okay, guys, we're coming back with some funny stories, gross stories, and
written in by you guys. So it's going to be very fun.
And actually, we're not even joking about this time. We got so many.
Yeah, we did.
This is the most popular. Genuinely, this is the most popular one.
So thank you,
everyone. We love it. Keep it going.
So, like we said, we got a lot of people writing in this week, and we've chosen kind of two,
but some of them were actually like I literally wrote on the thing grossest stories, and then I wrote something like do your worst, the worse the better,
and some of them are
so bad we literally can't read them out.
Some of them are just too gross to read out.
Some of them it's a PG podcast.
I don't want to say it.
It's not actually a PG podcast, but I just don't think we can read them out loud, because they just make them, they're just no. So we picked ones that were gross, not too gross, and funny, but not.
Not
I'm
horrible, afraid
just
the
funny.
one that I'm going to tell you is just uni reality. So 2 people wrote this one in. The exact same from 2 different people, which is not a good sign, guys. Okay.
The odds are not good.
No. So they both said that they had a housemate once who didn't wash their bed sheets for over a month.
Which is so gross. But I do think, I'm not defending it, obviously. I would never do that, obviously. But
I just think wash hers.
Shut up. Yes, I do every 2 weeks. I just think it can be hard if you don't have a dryer at uni, like a tumble dryer, and you have to put it on the plastic railings, because obviously bedding is just huge.
And the plastic railings.
You know what I mean? What are they called then?
Clothes horse.
Oh yeah. So they do have a name.
Plastic railings.
Yeah, they're awful, those things.
Well, yeah, they're not great, especially in your tiny box uni room. I don't know where they expect you to put them.
They just fall over every single time. I stand it up and they just fall.
Yeah. But also, the washing machines and stuff on campus do cost money. So I can see why people can't be bothered and don't want to spend their money on it.
And you have to walk in first year. You obviously have to walk to them. So you have to take your washing in a big laundry bag. But in second year, if you don't have a dryer, I'm just saying, like, putting up your bedding and your sheets and your like pillowcases on a clothes horse is quite hard, because it doesn't, and then it might not dry, it might smell.
Yeah. No, yeah, these are all good points. However, that the reality is 2 people wrote it in, people out there probably all had experience of gross housemates, and it is just the reality. And if you're a hygiene freak, then I'm sorry, you are signing yourself up to the possibility that you're going to be living with someone who is
but not. There are nice
and there's
ways
not much you can do about that.
No, there are nice ways.
Really? How would you go about it?
I would say Should we do a group house clean today? Sound familiar, Ellie?
Okay, yeah, fair. That's strange you said that because you guys used to say that to me. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, with that.
I was fully involved in the house cleaning. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. There is ways of trying to encourage people to be a bit cleaner.
Yeah, and I think we did go as far as a list, which is maybe a bit far.
We did have
A rota.
written,
Yeah.
but we even had like it was written out on paper. This list.
I think that was just to make a point, though, wasn't it? Of like,
yeah,
because not one person. I think if one person's doing everything all the time, then they'll get annoyed. But I think when it's written out, it sounds like I'm the one that wrote it. I'm not the one that made the sheet. I'm just saying it is nice to see who's doing what, because then not one person feels like overburdened with the house chores. To be like, bedding is just individual, like just everyone do their own bedding. That goes without saying. Wash your bedding.
But I think that's just the start.
Yeah.
There are worse things. Like some people don't know toilet etiquette.
Yeah, that we got a lot of those sent in.
Yeah, we also got a lot of people saying that their bathrooms weren't left very clean. You know what I mean? I'm afraid. I think Kez is right. The only way around it is a group cleanup.
Yeah,
right, guys, we're going to do a group cleanup because otherwise,
put it in the group chat. I'll tackle the bathroom. You tackle this room.
You tackle the kitchen. I'll do the living room.
Hoovering. Yeah. I think that's the best way about it.
But I think what these stories that have been sent in do emphasize is that people are gross.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. But I just can't believe that people would be gross. Well, obviously I can believe it because it's very evidently happened to a lot of people, but I mean like so openly when living with other people.
I know. I do hate to say it. This is just one of the things. If you're making the big decision to go to uni, then it's one of the things you have to accept.
Yeah, but I just don't want that to put people off.
But you can keep yourself clean, and you can keep
your room clean. And your space. But I think if everyone just pulls their own weight, if everyone wipes up after they eat, and if everyone cleans up after they've been in the bathroom, then the house should stay relatively clean.
I think this is mainly a problem. It's mainly a problem in your first year when you've not. Yeah, I think so.
No, I think people are way more on their best behaviour in first year, and you don't share a bathroom a lot of the time in first year.
No, but I feel like if you pick people to live with that are like you, then you're not going to be in a grotty place. But I think if people don't care, I think houses are worse in places where people don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think
first people don't care more in second year. Like in second year, it's your own kind of house, whereas in first year they do the bins for you. In fact, we had cleaners in our first year flat.
I did, but didn't do much, don't they?
Yeah, they didn't do much, but they were still there.
No, I'm not saying this like it should put people off, but I'm being real as well. Be real. The reality is there's like you are going to live with people, you're going to be forced to live with people that aren't very clean, maybe not compared to you, and you listening might be one of those not very clean people.
Obviously people have like different levels of like what they think is like
and hygiene.
And to be fair with the bed thing, as gross as it is, if it's in their bedroom and it's not bothering you, it's kind of acceptable. And obviously some people have maybe problems with like keeping up hygiene and stuff like that, which is totally fair enough.
Yeah, like I think like you're very clean, but I wouldn't necessarily say that I was.
I'd say you were a clean person, you're just not tidy.
Yeah, okay. I'm clean, not tidy, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I feel like there are different levels of, and I actually think that washing your bed sheets is probably the least bad thing.
I agree, because it's literally only you and either your like boyfriend or girlfriend who has to suffer.
Yeah.
So like it actually kind of doesn't affect anyone else.
We've really done a full circle here.
We have. We're really becoming understanding people. Some of the other stuff that people sent in, like when you share a bathroom with someone, that's kind of where I draw the line. If it's in your space and it's your personal room, I think it is kind of fair.
However, if you are sharing
housemate etiquette,
you need to pull your weight.
Yeah, we could do a whole episode on housemate etiquette. This is pretty much what this is: how to be a good housemate.
Yeah,
literally.
Okay, Kez, take it away with the next one.
Okay, I'll take it away. This one's a bit of a long message, so I'm going to read it out to you guys. I had a flatmate in first year who wouldn't talk and would never interact with us, and if we were in the kitchen, but I always said hi if I saw him around, just so he felt welcome and stuff. A couple months in, it was his birthday, and he obviously didn't do anything with us, but I put a bottle of vodka outside his door because we all knew that he drank, and a card with his name in big letters. And I kid you not, it sat there on the floor for 2 weeks. I saw him going in and out of his room every day. Even when I placed it directly in the middle of his door, he would step over it, and I saw him look at the card and then put it back down on the floor when I finally confronted him after 2 weeks, I said it is a bit rude, and the fact that you've not even picked it up the floor. He then went to pick it up off the floor and I never saw him again. So I think you have to kind of not expect that, but I think there can be just some awkwardness with housemates.
Yeah, I think that is just bizarre behavior.
It is a bit rude
because
I'm
not being funny
over it.
Like, yeah, it's nothing wrong with maybe being awkward, maybe being shy. You know, fair enough.
No, but that's you can be awkward and shy, but you don't need to be rude. I think
but it's the fact he didn't even move it into his room. It's very bizarre behavior.
I think it would have been rude even if he moved it into the room and didn't say thank you. I think if someone gets you a present, the least you can do is say
I think that's more common. Like, I think if someone didn't say
people not saying thank you.
No, well, yeah, probably not saying thank you, then just leaving it outside.
It's obviously more common, but I'm saying I still would find that rude. But the fact that he left it there for 2 weeks is just mental. He obviously didn't really like the flat very much. Even if you maybe don't completely get on with your flat, there is literally no need to be rude to people, because it just makes everyone's living situation awkward. Like, you still have to be open and interactive with people.
You still have to pick up a bottle of vodka and move it into your room. Do you know what I mean?
Drink it. What? Why would you just leave it outside your room?
Yeah, and I think, though, don't let that stop you trying with other people, because
you have to continue to be open-minded. Like, obviously people are gonna like knock you down, but don't let it put you off being friendly to other people, because not everyone will react like that.
No, not everyone will react like that. But also, I think this is just another example and another sort of reality check that you aren't going somewhere where everybody is like you.
Yeah,
for the first time ever, you are putting yourself in a position. Yeah, it's so nice. You're putting yourself in a position where people aren't like you, and you're going to meet a variety of people, and it could take longer than what you expect to meet people who are like you, and that is just normal. And hopefully, with us here recording these podcast episodes and recording things that helped us, that you will be able to find people that are like you and put yourself out there. That's the key thing.
Take just our advice,
and that's so difficult if you're someone that finds that hard. Like, it is, but it's just so worth it.
The thing is, you cannot just wait around for people to come to you, because they don't. You do have to put in some effort, and like, maybe not everyone that you meet or make an effort with will reciprocate it or respond in the way that you want them to, and that's just different people who have lived different lives and had different experiences, and that's just that. But don't let it put you off, and just keep being open-minded. Thanks to everyone that sent stuff in. We really appreciate it, as always.
Yeah, we did.
We could have read them all out, but we've just had fun discussing them.
We just picked the ones that we feel like fitted the most,
that we could talk about the most. Some of them were just too gross to even divulge into, but thanks for sending them in. We always appreciate it.
Yes. Keep your eyes peeled on our socials, because we're going to need you for the next one.
Well, that is the end.
This is the end. We've come to the end, guys. Thank you very much for listening.
As always. Should we start doing the like proper podcast? So like, rate us 5 stars, follow us on Instagram at the best years.
I don't think we're at a point where we can do that yet.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it. I'm not sure if any of you would have seen on our socials a couple of days ago. No, it will be like over a week ago. Sorry, I'm getting on my. It was a couple of days ago to us that we were ranked quite highly in the Apple Podcasts charts, and Apple Podcasts isn't even our like number one streaming site.
No, it's only like 20% of listeners listen to Apple Podcasts, so that's amazing.
And we were ranked like 89 for our sort of genre. So I feel like without you guys tuning in and listening, then we wouldn't be at that point. So we really do appreciate it.
We're so grateful.
All in all, it is just fun for me and Kez to come on, and
we love it because we can catch up, we can talk about uni. The hour that we spend before we're recording, we're just talking to each other. It's a good excuse for me and Ellie now that we have finished uni.
So thanks guys, we love
it.
yeah.
So thanks for listening, and I feel like the feedback we've got has been really good. Obviously our sort of DMs are always open for any and we've had such amazing messages, such lovely messages from people, and it's just makes it just worth it. And it's just funny that people are listening to like, I don't know, because I feel like we're talking to each other but people are listening to us.
I know, but it's actually recorded.
But thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks for listening. Obviously, as usual, another episode will be out next Sunday. I will officially be 21. Next time.
Is this going out on your birthday? No, your birthday.
No, 2 days after.
Friday, yeah. Everyone go say happy birthday to Ellie because she is now 21.
I am.
She is the big 21.
When this one goes out,
She'll be 21 in 2 days.
Yeah, I will be.
Plus 9 months. And stay tuned for the bloopers. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed them, but stay tuned for the blooper.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye. Love
Bye.
you.
No,
because we still have to get full-time jobs and we just can't read them out. No, I was gonna say we can't be talking about like shit.
We have to get